we got Jimmy Haro, the only man to beat Father Time. Old man Bron stands. This one's for you.
As a proud and long-standing member of the LeBron Stan Club, I saw something the other day that completely broke my heart. And it came right from the king himself. A statement about the day that we all knew was coming, but desperately hoping that it never would.
How long do you think you could be playing at this level if you chose to?
Well, it's not me. Obviously, it's the mind. It's wherever my mind is how the rest of my body's gonna go. Whatever the case may be, I'm not gonna play that much longer. To be completely honest, I don't know how many years that it is. If it's 1 year or 2 years, or whatever the case may be. But I'm not.
Yo, he said this. Didn't he say it like 5 years ago?
I said the other night, I'm not playing till the wheels fall off. I'm not gonna be that guy.
We've got about 2 more seasons to watch LeBron James play basketball before he finally hangs it up, and the show that we have spent the last 2 decades enjoying comes to an end. But what if it didn't? Instead of retiring as a great, productive, impactful, coherent basketball player, what if LeBron just played until the wheels fell off? What if he played until he wasn't good enough to play anymore? The point where he serves no value to any team in the NBA and he's hypothetically forced to retire as an unsigned free agent. Well, if you ask me, that's an easy one. The answer is never. My king's presence alone is worth 10 men. But
I should click off of it. That's because you said it, bro. I'm about to end this damn video, bro. Just because you said that. Relax. You're not even 2 minutes in, you already. Yo, chill.
if we were to not look at this through the lens of a concerningly obsessive fan, how long could LeBron truly play before he simply wasn't good enough?
Don't let Cash Nazi see this video, bro. Man, it'll get hard.
Today's video is sponsored by Friends and Fans.
Max.
Receive 150 Sportsbook. Every athlete is eventually defeated by Father Time. It doesn't matter how good you are, doesn't matter how long.
Are they gonna show the clip of Dwayne Wade slipping on the table?
It inevitably catches up to everyone. Except for LeBron James. In year 22, LeBron continues to completely piss on every expectation and timeline set out for him and his career. Now approaching 40 years old and still one of the best players on the planet. There are grown, adult fans of the NBA who have never known a day without LeBron in the league. In fact, there are NBA players who have yet to witness a season without LeBron James, including the one he literally created. Now,
I forgot about Bronny.
Without LeBron James, including the one NBA players who have yet to witness a season without LeBron James, including the one he literally created. Now, LeBron's perpetual reign is no secret. It continues to baffle most fans on a daily basis. And this got me thinking, how long could LeBron actually play before he's no longer at least a serviceable NBA player? The point where he's no longer good enough to even have a spot in the league. 6, 7 more years? Maybe until he's 50. I'm sure that number sounds like a stretch. After all, the oldest player in modern NBA history just barely hobbled his way to being a 44-year-old active
Oh, he came out of retirement, though. He retired in 2005 and came back in 2006. Oh, man, Michael Jordan did 3 times. He retired 3 times.
Player. And LeBron has already been the oldest player in the NBA for a couple seasons now. But LeBron's refusal to play his age has gone on for so long now that at this point, it would be shocking if he did get worse. Here are 3 players and their numbers from this season. All really good, productive players. And I want you to guess who each of these players are. Now, statistically, they're all relatively close.
B, I think B is Ant. A, probably Luka. And C is old man Bron.
But they shouldn't be, because player A is early MVP.
No, it's Jason Tatum. A is Jason Tatum. That's Anthony Edwards, and that's on old man Bron.
Candidate prime Jason Tatum.
What'd I tell you?
B is Luka Doncic.
I said Luka at first.
Player C is 40-year-old LeBron James. And this is why people believe LeBron could play for as long as he wants. Because when you're in year 22, playing like 2 young megastars, the bounds of your capabilities long-term appear to be virtually limitless. Although LeBron has now suggested on multiple occasions that his retirement is looming closer by the day, how long would it actually take until LeBron is no
Wherever
longer
Bronny's at, that's where I'll be. Hey, what the hell? Look, wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be. I'll do whatever it takes to play with my son. It's not even about them.
the day?
Okay.
How long would it actually take until LeBron is no longer an NBA caliber player? Well, first we need to know what not good enough is. What does a replacement level player on the verge of a Turkish league contract look like? No, not like statistically, what does it look like? According to Basketball Reference, a player with a box plus minus of 10 or more is an all-time great season. A BPM of 8 or more is an MVP caliber season. 6 or more is about all NBA. Keep going down, and a BPM of -2 is where we'll find the end of the bench players. But even this number is still far too high. This season, players like Jaylen Brown, Jamal Murray, and Jaime Jaquez have a BPM of less than -2. We want to see this man play until he's no longer invited back. If we keep going down the leaderboard, it's not until about -4 where we reach the bottom 15% of the NBA. Now, these spots essentially make up the last couple of players at the end of the bench. I want LeBron to play until he's down here, in the trenches. So how long would it take until he's at this point? It really is wishful thinking to assume LeBron
Dang, you got dunked on by old man.
indefinitely. But history has shown even the greats are usually closer to the end of the road than we may think. In 2013, in his 17th season in the NBA, Kobe Bryant averaged 27, 6, and 6 a game, made first-team All-NBA, a top 5 player in the entire league, and was on track to playing the highest
Yeah,
caliber
man, you get
basketball
blocked on and dunked on by old man? Back in 2013? Dang!
had ever seen from a player approaching 2 decades in the league. A couple injuries, and just 107 games later, he was retired and done playing basketball. In Tim Duncan's 18th season in the NBA, he finished the year 10th in MVP voting, 3rd team All-NBA, and a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. The very next season, he was putting up 8 points a game in 25 minutes, and within a season, he was out of the league. Shaquille O'Neal, in his 17th season, led the league in shooting efficiency and made an All-NBA team. Just 90 games later, he was no longer an NBA player. When things start to go downhill, they go quick. But that's just it. Even after 22 years, things have yet to go downhill.
Why keep getting blocked? Why keep on dunked on by this old man, bro? That's one healthy old man.
Greats in terms of box plus minus.
The healthy, probably the healthiest old man ever.
To their last. And right away, you'll notice a trend going on here. Here's Bird, Magic,
Bro, when
Jordan,
LeBron
Hakeem.
turns 60, bro, he probably gonna still be doing backflips and whatnot. And dunking on people, and you gonna be teaching all the little kids. See, you gotta eat your fruits and vegetables, kids. Don't you want to do backflips like me when you're my age?
Kobe, Shaq, Duncan,
be one of
Garnett,
those.
and Wade, extending their careers into or near the 2-decade mark, but still succumbing to the sharp decline that all players eventually face. And here are some current legends: Durant, Steph, Kawhi, Harden, CP3, and across the board, the general shape of most of their careers look very similar. A rise to superstar for their first 5 seasons, a prime that lasts from about season 6 to season 10 or 11. And then around season 12 or 13, the decline begins. Sometimes this decline is gradual and steady, like in the case of Durant and Duncan. Sometimes a player
Durant, superstar. He get hurt his 5th season, up to 6th season. Then he's superstar, then decline.
can find a second
Timmy D.
prime later in their career, like Stephen Curry has.
He got hurt. He's back on top.
But the best players of all time usually play the longest. And even for them,
Yeah.
around season 17 or 18, the wheels completely fall off and retirement awaits. Except for LeBron. It
All right, Jimmy, sponsored by. I know you play that game.
shouldn't even be possible to be this good for this long. LeBron in year 22 is about as valuable and impactful on the court as most all-time great players are in about their 12th or 13th season. But we are here today for this number way down here, the dreaded threshold of retirement. And
Out
right
the
now,
league.
LeBron is far from it.
He's
If
still
he
in the
wanted
league?
to, could he play until he was 45, 50? Well, first and foremost, contrary to popular belief, LeBron is declining. and he has been for a while now. Some fans are saying LeBron is in his 4th prime and that he hasn't slowed down. And as much as I wish this were
that man's a cat. Think he's a cat. That man, nah. He's on his 5th life right now. He got 4 more left. Man ain't no cat.
LeBron's true prime was between 2008 and 2013, a 6-year stretch where he led the league in win shares, PER, VORP, box plus minus, and just about everything else. Compare that to his last 6 seasons, and although he is still an all-NBA caliber player, it's really not even close.
Yeah, he's not playing much. He's not playing as many games anymore.
He is still at or near his prime tells me people
obviously, but you know, that ain't nothing nowadays, man. Everyone low managers now.
People have forgotten just how incredible LeBron was at his peak. LeBron was so dominant in his prime that despite being 40 years old and about 70% of the player he once was, he is still one of the best players in the world. Now, like most other players, his game may just fall off a cliff at any moment, or he could sustain a bad injury that derails his last couple of seasons. But if either of these things were to happen, they probably already would have. So let's irrationally assume he continues to regress at the rate he currently is. If we take a look at what is considered to be the best all-in-one metric, estimated plus minus, then 2020 was LeBron's last true MVP caliber season. That year, he finished the season with the 4th highest EPM, behind only Harden, Giannis,
and I think he led the NBA in assists that year. He led the NBA in assists that year.
And Steph. But since then, he's been slowly slowing down. From being ranked 4th amongst all players to 7th in 2021 to 12th, 16th, a diabolical jump back up to 10th, and this season where so far he ranks 20th in the league, which still puts him firmly in the 96th percentile league-wide. Over the last 6 seasons, on average, LeBron's EPM has decreased by 0.5 per season, and this decrease isn't speeding up. If anything, it has leveled out and stayed about the same since 2022. But overall, LeBron's career trajectory has looked and could continue to look like this, where he will eventually succumb to father time like everyone else, just a whole lot later than everyone else. At this rate, by next season, LeBron will have an EPM of 3, a mark that puts...
So he'll still be an all-star. He'll still be an all-star. He probably won't be all-NBA. Cause I know he be getting those all-NBA 2nd team and 3rd team. He hasn't been making 1st team all-NBAs.
Him all the way down in the 95th percentile. We gotta keep going. By year 24, he'll have an EPM of 2.14, still in the 92nd percentile. By year 25, he will be in the 86th percentile. Year 26 in the 76th percentile. Year 27, the 61st percentile, which at the age of 45 would still have him as a starting caliber player. But by year 28, at the age of 46, LeBron would finally play his last year as a contributing player in the NBA with an EPM of negative 2.16. For perspective, some players that currently have an EPM within this range are Kyle Kuzma, Jackson Hayes, and Keldon Johnson.
Hey, so he's solid role players.
29, just 1 year shy of 3 decades in the league, LeBron would, at last, fall within the range of a replacement level player with an EPM of negative 3.8 within the bottom 8% of the league. At the current rate LeBron is declining, he could, theoretically, play until 2031 at the ripe age of 46 before he would have to throw in the towel and retire. And as crazy as this timeline looks, LeBron playing until the year 2031, I think he could play even longer. To even make any sort of impact in the NBA, you need to get minutes. And to get minutes, you need to earn the trust of your team and coaching staff. LeBron has played so much basketball, and he understands the game so well that I think as long as...
His IQ is crazy. His IQ is crazy, yeah. He might just, yeah. He could probably play till he's 50, bro.
As long as he's able to get up and down the court without his body falling apart, he would get minutes, and he would be...
That's what they're saying about Curry, bro. That's what they say Curry could probably play till he's like 50, 55. All you do is shoot. Anyone can shoot.
Of contributing in the NBA. Earlier I mentioned Tim Duncan and how quickly his production fell off at the very end of his career. But even without game-breaking numbers, he was still a quality player, with advanced metrics and contributions that made him worthy of a spot in the league clear up until the moment he retired. Almost as if he was so seasoned and so skilled that even at his worst, he was still better than many other players in the league.
Yeah, he was. His IQ was crazy too.
Shell of his former self. And I think this would be the case for LeBron. Maybe instead
Crazy,
of an
man.
exponentially rapid decline in the coming years, his game would hit its theoretical basement. And once it gets to that point, he just stays there. Nowhere near his best days, but still good enough to be a contributing player for the foreseeable future. The main culprit behind the retirement of every single great player was physical limitations and injuries. There has never been an all-time great player who retired because they lost their touch or the skill they once had. Players lose a step. They aren't as quick as they used to be, can't jump as high, or react as fast, and they begin to ask too much of their body as it slowly shuts down as the mileage piles up. Late into their careers, they are only as capable as their body allows them to be. And no one in the history of the league has been more physically capable than LeBron. Throughout his entire career, he's been able to mitigate injuries. And even when he does get injured, he's always bounced back relatively quickly with virtually no lingering symptoms. And skill-wise, he's only gotten better as the years have gone along.
Yeah, man shooting like 40% from three. Old man Brown shooting 40% from three. Yeah, he might just play 30. He might just play 30 years in the league, bro.
I know.
He gonna play with Bronny, Bryce, Zeri.
But I think LeBron could play for literally as long as he wanted to.
Yeah.
I get it. It's crazy. We've never seen an athlete do that before. But LeBron is an absurd athlete unlike any other that we've seen before. So to answer the question of how long LeBron could continue to play as a quality contributing player, well, based on his current pace and some statistical analysis, if what we've seen is any indication of what's to come, then he could play for about 29 seasons. But based on my completely unbiased and always correct feelings and my admiration for the greatest athlete of my lifetime, I would say, somewhere between however long he wants to and hopefully forever.
I want Bron play forever. Bro, once LeBron retires, bro, I see everyone gonna be sad. How long you think LeBron gonna play for, man? I got 30 years. He gonna reach 30 years. Cause you know, old man Bron's kind of crazy.